Welcome to day 293 of our DeSo journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother Brian, and these videos are being sponsored by NFT Tech. They are an investor in CloutFeed.
Yeah, if anybody doesn't know what NFT Tech is, Mario Nawfal is actually pushing this company public, I think, very shortly. They were an early investor in CloutFeed. Mario is also looking to invest in some other projects on the DeSo protocol. So thanks to NFT Tech.
Yeah, so today's a big day for us in NFTZ. We're holding a Twitter Spaces room, and it's going to be exciting. We're going to have a lot of artists there, including Jack from Spookies, Illuminati. He's the man behind Rowdies and Rowdy Reptilians. We're going to have Clay Oglesby, Effed Up Cats, Meredith Marcone of Medizins and the Art DAO, Daniel Kempt and Manu from Cloutpunk and Badass Baboons, and also Ed Moss, Mossified on DeSo, part of the DeSo Foundation, will be there as well. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. We're going to talk about how we can kind of grow NFTs on DeSo. And I'm sure we'll have people come in from outside of DeSo that will want to learn about DeSo and DeSo NFTs. So I'm excited about that. Again, it's at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time on Twitter Spaces. If you go to the NFTZ Twitter account or DeSo account, you'll see a link there, and see everybody there.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's an opportunity to kind of showcase what NFTs are on DeSo to people outside of DeSo that are interested in NFTs. And I hope the Twitter space it kind of does attract people from outside of DeSo, because that's important. We're trying to bring more people onto the platform, teach them about it. I think it's all a great cause. And if you can make it, thanks so much.
Yeah, so yesterday was the Nader Town Hall, the much anticipated Nader Town Hall on Discord. We saw a few hiccups. There's some audio issues with Discord. Sandy Rose wasn't able to speak some of the time. Took forever for Nader to get his mic to work. But in the end, it ended up going pretty well. And I think we learned a lot. Brian, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it was short, but it was action-packed, I'd say. We learned about the roadmap. Nader told us what we should be expecting from here until, I guess, probably the next quarter or two. And he pointed out that smart services is one of those. After that, there's going to be the DeSo DAOs, of course, and then NFTs 2.0, messages 2.0, which we're going to probably talk about more in the near future. Proof of stake framework, which we've all been waiting for, because we know that it is moving to proof of stake, the DeSo blockchain, the DeSo coin split, which we got some new information on, and a bunch of stuff around DAOs, Nader said. So that's what we can expect in the short run, I think. I think we're going to have a lot coming probably within the next 3 months. Quarter 1 seems to be what he's targeting for pretty much all of this stuff. In Q1, he's seeking to also release a DAO based on the Octane Fund. So a DeSo DAO for the Octane Fund would basically mean that anybody can invest into the Octane Fund. I could put $10,000 into the Octane Fund, and then based on my percentage of ownership, I would be able to vote on which projects get funding. And I think that's really powerful, because not only is that going to, add more capital to the Octane Fund, but it's going to make it more decentralized and allow the community to kind of give their input on what applications, what projects, what nodes should receive the funding. Additionally, there's been information that was released yesterday from Nader about the coin split. It looks like they're going to target a price of $1. So basically, if DeSo is $75 right now, that means that everybody would get 75 DeSo for every one, and the price would, of course, adjust to $1. Now, Nader said that he's going to put some of the, I guess, the logistics up to the community. We'll see exactly what that will mean, maybe timing, or I'm not sure exactly. He talked a little bit about verification. Ed, do you want to say anything? Do you want to talk about that?
I just want to go back to the DAOs, and you talked about the Octane Fund DAO, but he also mentioned the NFT and the Creator Fund DAO, as well as the DeSo Foundation DAO in all. So like the DeSo Foundation is going to become a DAO at some point. And he said they put off the NFT and creator funds because they wanted to do those as DAOs.
Yeah,
And
I'm
yeah,
excited about that. I think that's going to be great for creators. I know a lot of creators like, hey, why is there no fund for us? And also NFTs. There's going to be an NFT DAO. Should boost some of the NFT marketplace.
and it
So
sounds
I'm
like there's gonna be
excited.
more DAOs from the foundation as well that he didn't mention. But yeah, the verification, it's gonna be the associations that we talked about probably months ago, but we've kind of been waiting on it. It's kind of taking forever for this to actually come to fruition. I think there's a lot of people in the community that wish it would be here sooner than it's gonna be here. It seemed like it's coming in Q1. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know the community really wants to see it come sooner rather than later. But it's going to work. Essentially, anybody who's on DeSo is going to be able to verify anyone else on DeSo. And then it's going to be up to others and up to the nodes to decide which verification badges they want to show on their node. So perhaps, let's say Tyne's node, maybe he trusts us and we start verifying people. We have a whole system where we, require you show us your ID or do a Zoom call with us and show us a utility bill to prove that you're really who you say you are. So our verification system is really, really good and we can really verify people. And Tyne knows that he trusts us and he'll show the Krasenstein badge on Tyne's node. And then maybe there'll be another NFT node that just verifies NFT people, and then all the NFT nodes can kind of feed into that. So it's going to be interesting to see how this comes about. But I do think it is a really, really good solution to verification. You're going to put your name behind your own verification. So we wouldn't verify somebody unless we really believe that person's legitimate. But there might be people who, hand out verification badges like they're candy. And then there's going to be people who are more strict. So it's going to be interesting. I think people are going to want to collect these badges. Like, wow, we can get a Tyne badge, or wow, I can get a badge that was given out by Lazy Nina. I think it's gonna be fun. I think that maybe some nodes will show all the badges, other nodes will just show some of the top badges, but it seems like it's a good idea. We'll have to just wait and see.
Yeah, and I think you could actually see services pop up that might charge for verification. It might be a more strict process. So I think moving towards decentralization. It's basically a decentralized way of verifying users, which I love, especially since DeSo is supposed to be decentralized. And I think Nader also spoke a little bit about a block list, a on-chain block list. And I know speaking to some people within just the social media, social networking community, we hear a lot about like, how are nodes going to be able to better moderate? Traditionally, when you create a social media platform, your business grows with the database. So initially, when you create your network, there's no users and it slowly grows. But when you create your own network, you could potentially have 1 million, 2 million, 10 million users who are already active because you're plugging into the DeSo blockchain. So how do you go about moderating that if you're a small company? So I think a block list on chain could work. I think there's other decentralized options as well that maybe will be discussed in the future. Nader also talked about maybe labels. So there could be labels for not safe for work content, but he said he'd prefer that companies create content labeling instead of the protocol, so they can concentrate on some other things.
Yeah, I think we're going to see, eventually we're going to see cease and desist orders being handed out for certain posts that are made, or maybe we'll see defamation suits being handed out and individuals and companies wanting certain posts removed for defamatory reasons. And I think the best option is a third party to kind of come out and label posts like potential defamation, or cease and desist ordered, or not safe for work. And then other nodes can kind of pick and choose which of those lists they want to automatically block it from their nodes. Maybe you want to block all those. Maybe you just want to block the not safe for work content, or maybe you just want to block anything that could potentially have legal ramifications. So I think it's a good idea. People might say, oh, well, then the whole blocking and the whole censorship issue becomes centralized. And to an extent it does, but you don't need to use that company's block list or
Right.
that company's labeling system to remove posts from your node. You could start your own, or there could be several of these companies that pop up that block on different bases or block with different levels of strictness. So
Well, or just allowing the node to choose which level. So you might have this database of all these blocked accounts, but maybe you could choose like really strict for content, for copyrights, and maybe not so strict for like hateful rhetoric or something, you know? Like there's different ways you could do it where the node actually gets you choose. Maybe they don't want to follow any of these and they want to just moderate everything themselves, which if you have 100 million users, is going to be quite burdensome if you don't have a huge team of moderators.
yeah, for sure. I think you could go in a lot of directions with that though.
Right. And Nader also, I think finally he touched on what his hopes are for 2022, what their plan is for user retention, user acquisition for 2022. And I think first and foremost, he's been repeating this a lot. They want to attract at least one killer app that has a potential to bring in at least 1 million users to the blockchain. And I think we're going to get close to that this year. Whether we'll find one that instantly has 1 million users coming on board, I don't know about that. I think that's a little bit of a pipe dream, but I think we'll find one or two, maybe three major applications that either integrate or they start out as a DeSo node and they do break out and attract a ton of people. And Nader also said that he wants to, in 2022, he hopes to have the first DeSo DAO, which generates $1 billion in, I guess, investor capital. So, I mean, that's a pretty high
Incredible.
hope, I think. But I mean, we'll see. I mean, if DeSo DAOs take off, anything's possible.
Yeah, definitely. So yesterday, Story had a few announcements. Of course, Story, run by the Design Sisters, are building their app based on stories with Clout Feed creator Reball. They put out a few posts, and what I found interesting was that they said that they're looking for artists and NFT artists, and it seems like what's going to happen is you're going to be able to mint and sell NFTs of your stickers, templates, filters, and stories. So to me, that is like, so for example, if you go onto some apps, you get these stickers that you can post on your stories, or you get these filters that you can use to change the look of your videos or photos. But people can actually create, to me, this is what I'm reading into this, is that individually be able to create different filters, different stickers, different templates for others to use, and they're going to be minted as NFTs. So if you want to use that filter, you have to buy the NFT, which I think is a really clever and unique idea if I'm reading into that right.
And if that's not what the idea is, maybe consider that idea.
Yeah.
No, but I like it because it just shows utility. And I think as we move forward, utility NFTs are going to become a huge thing, not only on DeSo, but across other blockchains as well. So I love this idea. I think that it can really be a profitable one for designers who are designing these templates and these filters and stuff like that.
Also, another note, Story is looking to hire a developer for React Native and Node.js. So if you're a developer looking to get a job, maybe Story is right for you.
Yeah, I obviously Reball and the Design Sisters, they have a lot in the works, and like we said so many times, we're really excited to see what comes from Story.
Additionally, BitPerks is rebranding as Agora Labs. Do you want to touch on that, Brian?
Yeah, we had Charles One on our show probably about 3 months ago to announce BitPerks, and BitPerks was it's basically an application or a layer to DeSo where users are able to offer perks to their coin holders, and I think that they're trying to focus things in a little bit more. We're actually going to have Charles on our show tomorrow if everything works out. So I'm not going to say too much about it, but he'll be able to talk about it and tell us like what exactly they're up to. I know that Agora is going to be airdropping NFTs to early adopters on their Discord. So check out their Discord if you haven't already done so. Charles is great and his whole team is great. So I'm looking forward to talking to him tomorrow, I hope.
Fun fact, Agora means assembly in Greek.
Thanks for that.
So yesterday, Dharmesh put out some surprising stats.
Yeah, so as you all know, we touched on it, I think 2 days ago. Dharmesh offered $10 donated to devcolor.org, which promotes developers, people of color on the internet. And he put out this offer to donate $10 for every like, every diamond, every repost of this post he made on DeSo. But he also did the same thing on Twitter and LinkedIn. Now, yesterday, he gave some really surprising stats. So keep in mind that Dharmesh has 13,000 followers on DeSo approximately. Now he has 280,000 followers on Twitter and 1 million followers on LinkedIn. Now, out of those three platforms, Twitter brought in $8,770 from this offer that he put out. DeSo brought in $8,100 and LinkedIn $16,400. So think about that. He has nearly 100 times as many followers on LinkedIn as he does on DeSo, but only doubled the amount of money that he got from engagement to donate to DevColor. And Twitter, he has about 25 times as many followers, but he brought in about the same amount as he did on DeSo. So that goes to show me that his DeSo engagement is a lot more engaged. His DeSo followers are a lot more engaged with his posts to an extreme almost. And I don't know if maybe DeSo people are more prone to giving to good causes or if they're just more engaged. And I think it's probably a mixture of both.
Yeah, and he donated $40,000. That's awesome to DevColor. So great.
He will be donating, I think, tomorrow and then posting the receipt.
Dharmesh is awesome. What he's doing is great. You know, he's a brilliant man with great business sense and great business ideas that he shares with DeSo users every day. So he deserves a round of applause. Okay, so finally, before we leave, before we sign off for the day, before our 1:30 Twitter Spaces, I want to mention one more thing. Tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, there's a StreamClout event. It's a meme battle on Twitch, twitch.tv/StreamClout with Brock Pearson and LiftClout. Brock Pearson's a real DeSo OG. He's been here since the beginning. We've had a chance to meet him in Miami several months ago. And he's great. He's great with memes. He's a funny guy. You should definitely check it out at 10 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yeah, I wish I could stay up.
All right, well, that's all we have for you today. See you at 1:30 p.m. and everybody have a great day.